Hey everyone, welcome to the Plant-Based Morning Show. It's another week heading into a Labor Day weekend, so I guess you could consider this the last show of summer, at least the unofficial last week of summer, not last show. Anyway, we're sponsored by lovecompliment.com. The brand is Compliment. That's the URL. Purveyors of fine plant-based vegan supplements. Anyway, always a pleasure to do this show. It's Tuesday. So, first show of the week, we're excited to be back. That's kind of it. That's my spiel. All right, Doug being added Instagram, and we'll get this show back on track. We're already off track, Doug. All right, slow to join. There we go.
Hey, Matt.
Hey,
happy almost Labor Day. You're not gonna be able to wear that white shirt much longer. Yeah.
You're right. Wouldn't be good, would it?
No.
Upstage the bride. Can't wear white after Labor Day.
That's right. Hey, lift up what you're drinking. Is that a Starbucks?
Starbucks. Yeah, my mom's in town.
Gotta know. Did you tip?
My mom went and got it. I don't know. I should ask her if she tipped. I bet she did. She tends to tip. I think she sort of can't deal with the awkwardness of not tipping the Starbucks person. I think. I'm not sure. Yep. She went out and got it because she went and did a blood draw this morning. Jeez, that's where I get this little bit of health obsession I have is from her. She goes and gets a lot of blood draws. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but she brought this. So I was traveling this weekend.
Straight up black coffee.
That's straight up blonde roast, regular old black coffee, nothing added. But I got I have some Starbucks news that I'll talk about in just a second. It's part of my food news.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I was traveling this weekend. I went to Atlanta with both children. Ellery had a tournament there, so I drove her there. And Holden happened to be there traveling with his team, Charlotte FC, in the team bus, staying in his own hotel in the same exact little town, Marietta, Georgia. So that worked out really well. I got to go see both kids play. It was a really nice weekend for me.
Nice.
Aaron stayed home with the foster dog. But my news is I got 2 items that we've been talking about on the show.
Oh,
one recently, one not so recently.
Slut dust?
And both were kind of a home run. What'd you say?
Slut dust?
Slut dust. No, I did not go to any Target. I don't want to say I stayed away from Target for that reason, but I don't know. I wouldn't have been that eager to go.
Don't tell me you're boycotting Target because they're carrying a vegan product. Come on.
Target's a family-friendly place, and that's not family-friendly. I don't like it. I really don't. I also didn't make any special effort to go to, what's it called? Slutty Vegan. But Aaron and Holden have been there before, and they said it was really good. So it's not that I'm
one of the few popular reels we had on the Plant-Based Morning Show Instagram feed was their Slutty Vegan experience. That's
right. Yeah. So I would totally go there at some point. I just not that in the mood for a big messy burger. Not gonna go make an effort to get that. But if it was presented to me, I'd be happy to try it.
Okay. I've kept interrupting you. What were the 2 items that we had?
All right. So since we talked about Starbucks, I went and got their fall menu, their new vegan offering fall menu, which I think is called the Apple Crisp Oat Milk Shaken Espresso. Last year, they rolled out the Apple Crisp Oat Milk Macchiato or something, which is a hot drink. And I kind of liked it last year. I got it with reduced pumps of the syrup, which is like the Apple Crisp flavor. But anyway, so I got this cold drink. I said, how many pumps are in it? They said 3. And I said, 1. I'll take 1 pump, please. Not 3. Just 1 pump of the syrup. And it actually was a great drink. It was cold, but it was like 105 degrees in Atlanta this weekend. So it was great. And it was really delicious. I loved it. Like, I think it was better than the hot one. So
really?
Yep. I give that a 5 out of 5 recommendation of a good drink. If you want something besides regular coffee, which is what I usually get, this is a good iced drink. I think you should give it a try, Doug.
So it's basically an oat milk latte with a pump of apple in it. Is that what it is?
I don't know if I don't really know what an oat milk latte is. If it's ice, that's the thing. It's ice, so I don't know.
Oh, it's ice, right? Okay,
right. So it's just oat milk and espresso, and they're shaken together, and then they put a pump of the apple stuff in there.
Nice. Well, good. maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll give this a try.
Yeah,
just one pump. Could you have done 2?
I wouldn't go for more than no. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that would ruin it. It's the thing is, it's like fall flavor, but it just is weird when it's that hot out. So you got to wait for like end of fall, still hot, but kind of maybe the leaves are changing, and then you'll want this ice drink. Seems like an
Did the taste put you in the fall mood a little
Just
bit,
a
even
little
though
bit.
it's very hot?
It kind of did, because Ellery tasted it and she said it sort of seems like what I think apple pie would taste like. She's never had apple pie. She said, I didn't realize that. And she said, "Do you like apple pie?" No. So she was like, "Do you like apple pie better than pumpkin pie?" And I said, "I think I might." And so I said, "We need to make an apple pie this fall as the weather turns. The apples get good.
How have you not had apple pie?
I have no idea. We just don't ever have. Well, we don't have pies. I mean, who has pies?
Or apple crisps? You may.
No.
I mean, we make pies for the holidays, and always choose apple. And an accidental vegan dessert is the apple pie in most grocery stores. They're like
baking right, like a turnover kind of thing, or the actual whole pie.
The whole pie.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to say all grocery stores, of course. Every bakery is different, but Ingles and Kroger's, I think, Giant even had it. So it's like if you're, I had it probably 2 or 3 times this summer when someone was celebrating something and wanted dessert and something like that. Bring that apple pie out.
So if a grocery store bought apple pie that is vegan,
totally junk. Yeah. Not good at all. But but good actually.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Not good for you.
we're gonna make one at some point. I think I need to do that. She's had other pies. She's had pumpkin pie and blueberry peach pie, but never apple. So anyway, it got me in the mood for that. It got me in the mood for apples and all that. And then we got an article today about NFL stadiums, and that's football's just beginning to start. So that's exciting, or at least that's fall-like. Anyway, here's my other one. Needed to get lunch in between soccer games, and there was a Publix there. And I remember Publix has those vegan subs, those Unreal Deli.
Yeah.
The deli sub. So I went in there. I went in there, and I very sort of cautiously, because I was just thought I was going to get the hard rejection. Like because I'm in Atlanta, and they'd be like, "No, what are you talking about? We don't have a vegan sub." So I was very cautious. And I was like, "You guys don't have this, dude." And she was like, "Oh yeah, we have that." They run to the produce section and they get the stuff off the shelf. Yeah, they get the Unreal Deli stuff, the chow cheese, and Light Life bacon strips. So they go get it all. They open the boxes and they make you a sandwich out of it. And I got a 12-inch sandwich on whole wheat with lettuce and banana peppers and those things. And it was just delicious. I mean, it was so good. We went back on the way home 2 days later. No, the next day, and got another one. Did
they have to go get it again, or did they have the leftover from?
They went and got it. No, it was a different location. It was all on the drive home. Actually, the first time they made it, I think they didn't use Unreal Deli. I think they used like tofurkey turkey.
Okay.
So the second time was Unreal Deli, and it was much more substantial kind of meat.
How was? I don't know. I don't think I've had the Unreal Deli.
It's good. I really like the Unreal Deli. Yeah, I've had pretty much all the varieties of it.
What is it? Seitan or what's the?
I think it is. I think it's wheat gluten mostly. It's one of those. It's pretty whole food. It's not. Or I shouldn't say whole food, but it's not a lot of UPF. It's just seitan like stuff. Very good. Cool. Very substantial. Has a good strong texture. So anyway, that's like a hidden road trip food. If you have the time to stop at Publix, and obviously you got to go in, it takes a little longer than going to Taco Bell or something, but not necessarily longer than the Chipotle trip. You go in there, ask for it's called the vegan. Vegan club something. Vegan Club sub. And it has, I didn't get this, but it comes with a vegan ranch dressing too. I skipped that and got mustard. So anyway, it was just a great thing. So that's my new road trip thing that I'm doing. Because when it just seemed like such a fresh, good alternative. You know, like when you get a good fresh Subway sub, or when you're used to, it would be just a delightful thing to have this delicious sub. It was that feeling again. So highly recommend.
Well, that's a big hack, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a hack. We talked about it probably months ago, but I like that.
What I wonder is, how is this sub still? And this is why I was so surprised, because we heard about this 6 or 9 months ago. We talked about it on the show, and that's why I was so hesitant this time. I was like, "There's no way that sub lasted," because it's not like they're advertising and bringing vegans into the store to get it. And how many people, especially in the South, like are going to Publix and seeing that at the deli and saying, "I'm going to get that sandwich." I don't know. I'm just surprised that it is still there. But both Publixes had like a little sign for it, which I saw after I ordered it. So I don't know. It's people must be getting it. So anyway, keep it up, please. People go get it, because I hope it doesn't leave. It's a good option.
Cool. Hey, speaking of Subway, I'm looking at our weather report here today. It doesn't look like
No, I missed the Subway news.
Okay, Subway was just purchased. Subway was a family-owned company for all of its
okay.
existence. And it was just purchased by Roark Capital. And their portfolio company, this is the kind of interesting part, includes Arby's, Baskin Robbins, Buffalo Wild Wings, Annie's or Auntie Anne's. I think it includes Dunkin' Donuts, Cinnabon, Jamba Juice, Jimmy John's. I mean, they own everybody.
Okay. Wow.
Moe's.
Yeah.
Miller Airhouse, Sonic. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. They own everybody. So I don't know what this actually means for Subway, if it will change Subway at all, but kind of interesting that this family-owned restaurant, family-owned chain, one of the biggest, probably, maybe the biggest family-owned, is now owned by somebody who owns everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, Subway is a little bit lagged behind in the vegan offerings. Although I did hear that that patty that they had, that veggie patty, like that has become vegan in the past few years.
Oh, really?
Did you know that? Yeah, I know it wasn't for a while, and I had been getting it, and then I realized it wasn't. Someone told me it wasn't, has egg, so then I stopped. But I think now I heard it is vegan again. I heard that it has become vegan. So I'm not sure about that. Confirm that before you get it. But to me, like especially after I had the deli sub, I was like, it would just be so easy for Subway to have a really good vegan option. Like I would go there all the time if they had this.
You don't even need the cheese. If you just had the like tofurkey deli meat.
You need one extra ingredient, just tofurkey deli meat. You can
and then throw lettuce, tomato, bell peppers, all that stuff on there.
All that. And you need a vegan bread, but I'm sure most of those breads are vegan. Maybe not all.
Not all of them.
Yeah. So anyway, maybe having this big ownership, maybe there was a family that was not very interested in being vegan friendly, and maybe this bigger ownership will be able to see past that and just see the dollars and get it.
I was thinking when I saw that they were purchased by a big group, I was thinking that, like, I wonder if it'll if they have any other fast casual or fast food chains that are super vegan friendly, and none of the other ones. This doesn't seem to be what they focused on. I mean,
no, but Moe's is sort of vegan friendly. That's
Moe's is sort of okay. That's a good point.
Although I've definitely gotten chicken bits in the tofu that I ordered before, where like it came in the burrito and you bite it and it's chicken. Which is, they're just making it, moving back and forth and all that. And it just happens.
But like Sonic doesn't have anything. We tried to stop there the other day.
I actually did go to a Sonic on this trip, but only got a Coca-Cola slush for Ellery because their coach said all the girls deserve it. So then we had to do it. Yeah.
Hardee's, Carl's Jr. I don't think they have.
They had a Beyond Burger for a while. I don't know if they still do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Steven says that Subway wait, what do you say? I couldn't believe that Subway was still family owned. Same thing as Lego. Lego's family owned. I did not know that.
No, I didn't know. He also says this thing.
Subway in the United Kingdom and Ireland had a vegan meatball sub. But it was only okay, a bit mushy and bland. I mean, Subway was at the forefront of the vegan subs in the test phase.
You wrote an article.
I mean, this was like, I wrote an article for No Meat Athlete, and that got a ton of traffic well beyond the test phase being over.
Definitely.
People were looking for vegan subs.
Right. There's no reason that place shouldn't have a vegan sub. It's just so easy. It would be such an easy thing to do. I don't know. But
here we are.
Mr. Jeffrey says, did the article mention that the slut dust was only in some Targets? Yeah, I think I saw that it's only in Atlanta. So it's not up in British Columbia for sure. And I think they said it was like at 12 Targets. So I don't know how many are in Atlanta, but maybe that's not all. I'm not sure. Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, good morning to everyone who's here. We've got the normal crowd here. A little light today, but that's all right. So, hey, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Okay, so that was my weekend, Doug. Anything for you that you did special or not really?
Not really. Been training pretty hard. Feeling good about my running.
Okay.
But no. I spent a day down at the lake. Thought about you as I was floating in the lake on Saturday.
Not while you were squishing your toes in the whatever's on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was thinking about the brain-eating amoebas that were probably coming in through my nose.
Watch out for that. Yeah,
you've gotten in my head, man. You've gotten in my head. You're taking away the joy that lakes bring me. But no, it was still a wonderful day. But no, that's about it. It was kind of a low-key weekend.
Good. All right. Glad to hear that. I got back to training, lifting weights in the past week, and I really lost a decent amount of strength. Not so much, but decent amount. And I lost a ton of weight. I lost like 12 or 15 pounds while I was sick. So I am now on the long road back to all that. Kind of had to recalibrate all my numbers and everything with my weights, which is not that fun. I hate that feeling. But it's different this time than before. Usually when I have a setback like that, I'm away for 6 months before I can get back in, and then it's even harder. So I'm kind of excited at having gotten back to it. But
are you
are
you doing the same program that you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing the same exact thing. It works pretty nicely. I don't need any new variety right now. I really like it. It's good.
Nice.
And that, by the way, if anyone's interested, is from the Strong First book. They have a great website, and it's called Reload. And it's all about creating your program, your barbell strength program.
Nice.
It's a good book. Reload. Okay. Are we ready to get to our show's content today?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Tuesday, August 29th, Weather Report Plant-Based Morning Show, sponsored by Compliment. Sad news first. Bob Barker, Price is Right host. He passed away on Saturday morning at age 99 of natural causes. I guess that speaks to the longevity benefits of a plant-based diet, perhaps in a very unscientific fashion, because he was I don't know if he was vegan. I think he was a strict vegetarian at least. He always, remember at the end of the show, he would always say, get your pets spayed or neutered. And I didn't realize he was such an animal activist, but he really was. PETA even has a room named after him. Wow. Let's see, where is it? Their West Coast headquarters is called the Bob Barker Building.
Oh.
He did some PETA ads and things like that. But among the things he did, by the way, he was the host of Truth or Consequences. I don't know what that was, from 1956 to 75. So that was like a 19-year run. That must have been a very popular show. And then he did Price is Right from 1972 to 2007. Before, who took over? Drew Carey?
Drew Carey. Yep.
Is he still doing it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Anyway, what Bob Barker did, the spay or neuter your pets thing, of course, he would not allow anything made of fur or leather to be given away in their prize packages. Meat products were never advertised on the show. And even after leaving, he appealed to producers to pull chips from SeaWorld from the prize packages. He visited Cherokee, North Carolina, Doug, where you and I once spent a night at the hotel or at the casino.
That's right.
We stayed not at the casino, but some little place, Microtel or something. Anyway, he went there to plead for relief for the bears in the reservation's appalling roadside zoos. This is PETA's words exactly. Vaguely that sounds familiar. That I remember seeing roadside stuff. I don't remember zoos.
No, neither do I.
But anyway, they kept bears in concrete pits. So he went there, and lots of people turned out to get his autograph and all that while he was there. It gave away money to different vegan sort of initiatives. So anyway, just all around good guy as far as animals.
I think part of the reason why he quit one of his programs was around give the prizes including fur. Like that was one of the reasons he used to when his retirement or something.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I somehow missed the part in their article where they said many may not know that Bob would not allow anything made of fur or leather to be given away. So maybe that was eventually one of the reasons why he left.
Well, that's cool. Good for him. I didn't really realize that.
And he has a funny scene in that Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
He's a good sense of humor.
I think. My favorite part about being sick when I was a kid, get to stay home from school, was watching The Price is Right.
Mm-hmm. That was a treat game show because there was a lot of game shows that were run of the mill. You could always watch them whenever, but that one was very special because it wasn't like rerun off school hours that I ever saw. It was like you just got to watch it, and it was a fun show to watch.
And like even as a kid, you could kind of participate. You could make guesses and stuff.
Right.
Good game show. Good game show. Steven says that the Sea Shepherd named an anti-whaling ship in his name. So he's cool in my book. That was from Steven. I think Steven Sea Shepherd messed that up a little bit, but so
yeah. Okay. So
good on you.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Other news: Smoothie King has a new vegan smoothie for the fall. It's the pumpkin vegan smoothie. They say it's a masterful blend of 100% organic pumpkin, Califia Farms, oat milk, bananas, dates, Sun Warrior organic plant-based protein. I guess we didn't get the bid there. We didn't get it. Stevia, don't like that. Not because it's unhealthy, I just don't like the taste. And a touch of signature seasonal spice blend. That's my concern about the drink, is that signature seasonal spice blend. Who knows what that is, what kind of sugar's in that thing. I'm not a big Smoothie King fan. I've gone there a few times with the kids for something. It's very hard to find something that for sure is healthy stuff. But maybe it's easier than I
never feel good about a smoothie after I get a smoothie at Smoothie King. I don't know. I mean, I think they just use such like juice concentrates and stuff. It just feels like
I think there's a lot of
such a sugar bomb. Which, I mean, smoothies are, and I'm okay with that, but it just feels like it's, I don't know. I'm not crazy about the key.
Well, it's very, very different from a smoothie made from whole fruits that has all the fiber and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
In it, right? If you put juice and sugars and things, it kind of makes it unhealthy. So anyway, if you ever need it in a pinch, there you go. In the fall, you can go get that thing. Also, I don't really want a pumpkin smoothie. I'm just not excited about that flavor in a smoothie.
I have done that.
Person.
Yeah.
Made it yourself with real pumpkin at home?
Yeah, with like a jar of pumpkin puree.
A jar?
Pumpkin puree.
Can
of pumpkin puree. That's the word I'm looking for. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it seems all right. All right. More news. NotCo, who makes NotMilk, they have launched NotMilk Barista after a year of R&D. It's a shelf-stable oat-based milk that masters foam in hot and cold beverages. They actually, with their patented AI technology, they worked with baristas for a year, had them come into the place and make their stuff, and they said this thing makes perfect foam even in high acidity coffees. 60% of food service providers perceive plant-based as an enduring trend, so look for that. I don't know what coffee shops are going to have it. They didn't mention that, but maybe Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know, someone. Or Dunkin', I guess it is now. I don't see Starbucks listed.
Maybe your local coffee shop will pick up the barista blend,
Hey, maybe, yeah. Or your local coffee shop. I don't have any local. I mean, I don't go to any at least. All right. Plant-based news reports that HAPPIE, HAPPIEE exclamation point. That is a lot of letters.
You're happy
in the word happy. They're a vegan seafood brand that stocks realistic alternatives. So now they have shrimp, calamari rings, which I've been beating the vegan calamari drum for a long time. I wish I could get these in the UK. And squid pieces. You can even get squid pieces. I thought calamari was squid pieces, but I guess there's other pieces too that they're mimicking here. And they're in supermarkets across the UK. Doesn't really help me or you, Doug.
Nope.
Maybe Steven can get some, or Jessica Goodenough, who also listens to this show. They'll be in Tesco and Ocado. I don't know those markets, but I have heard of Tesco a lot. I think that's a big one. So anyway, that's exciting. Vegan seafood. One of the things that I think this year is going to be remembered for. When we look back decades from now, the vegan seafood will be what was remembered more than the mushrooms, even
more than the mushrooms.
And finally, Mr. Charlie's, who we just last week I think said has opened or is opening a Venice, California location. Yeah, they did open it in July. They are now, according to Veg News, moving to Australia. They'll have a soft launch September 30th. That's right, in Redfern, Australia. So that's a surprising expansion to me. This was like a niche little place, blew up from TikTok somehow. It's like a McDonald's copy. I think they started in a McDonald's location, and they kind of are mocking McDonald's with their branding. So this just seemed like a little meme restaurant, but now they're going to Australia. So
there has to be some connection to Australia, right? Like, why would you pick Australia?
The article on Plant-Based News did go into that. I don't have that bit here, but there is some personal connection that the owner had or something, or some reason why he deemed it as necessary there due to something. That 3 miles south of Sydney is where that is. By the way.
I hope they're opening these up right next to a McDonald's. That'd be fun.
That would be very fun. Okay, so there you go. There's your weather report.
Brought to you by Compliment.
Kind of fun. Yep. Always brought to you by Compliment. Okay, let's get to the stories. We got a couple today. I don't know if we'll get to all three of these things or not, but it's the fall, or the fall's coming. Feels like it, for sure. It's almost fall. But there's also a huge hurricane coming, so be careful if you're in Florida or
Is there?
near there. Oh yeah, big time. It's not a good one. I think.
Oh, yikes!
It's my
Is that why your mom's up?
Yeah. No, it's actually not. But she's monitoring the situation.
Yikes!
Yes. Yeah, it'll be here up. I think like Thursday or something. Anyway, so this article is from the takeout.com. It says, yes, some NFL stadiums serve great vegan food. It's not all hot dogs and burgers at these football games. We've been talking recently about people misunderstanding veganism. This, again, the beginning of the article, it says, football isn't exactly known for being vegan friendly. I mean, it's played with a ball made of cow leather. That ball is inaccurately referred to as pigskin. And the most popular Super Bowl menu item is chicken wings. Given all this, you wouldn't think animal-free offerings would even be a blip on anyone's radar, because the ball's a pigskin, and because people like chicken
that's
wings.
every sport, right? Basketball, baseball. Is that what's the leather on a baseball?
That's leather, yeah, cowhide.
Soccer, like everything. I mean, that's a silly statement.
It's a really stupid.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. And chicken wings, and guess what? Every other sport, people also like eating chicken wings and that kind of food while they're watching. Yeah, this could be a ChatGPT. Everywhere it's just like every article now, not every, but a lot of them, they either misunderstand vegan completely or it's major backlash against vegan. It's just not a good. We said last week that the number of vegans, by the way, it was at a 10-year low. According to this data, which is only done every 3 or 4 years. But
what's at a 10-year low?
Number of vegans. I think it was 3% in 2018, according to this Gallup survey we did last week.
Right.
And 1% now this year. So anyway, and we do have today Daily Mail's interpretation of that data, which is amusing. Anyway, but here are the stadiums. So PETA, actually, this article links to a PETA article, which actually is much better. I just wanted to read that funny paragraph from the takeout.com. But PETA's got it covered, and they say no fumbles here. PETA names 2023's top vegan-friendly NFL stadiums. So here they are. Lumen Field for the Seattle Seahawks. I think Mr. Jeffrey went there to watch a hockey game, if I remember correctly. They've got a vegan hot dog, vegan jackfruit curry, vegan mac and cheese, vegan nachos, and a veggie burger. And then they also have black bean tacos, tofu banh mi, and tofu noodle bowl. But those last three you need to kind of customize if you want them to be totally vegan. I think, Doug,
they have tofu bowls that you have to customize.
A tofu noodle bowl. Yeah, you have to get it ordered without the marinated soy egg.
What?
Well, that's
if you have a tofu bowl at a football stadium, you'd think it would be vegan.
You'd think at an American football stadium, yes. I mean, I could see that. I think that probably is like it sounds a little bit like a bibimbap kind of thing when they put the egg on top of that. Although that's not noodles. But anyway, you're right. You think in this country they would at least go the extra mile, go the extra yard, perhaps, and make it.
I like it.
Make it
a touchdown.
Right. Exactly.
I'm throwing up some pictures here. None of them look all that appetizing because they're probably taken from like an old iPhone. But
they're taken from people's
yeah.
But Doug, you had an adverse reaction when we saw this article that was announcing, because I think this is like a well, this may not be the same place. I think there was like an Impossible Foods like special kiosk at this same stadium.
Was it here? I thought it was a basketball stadium.
Yeah, I don't actually know. You might be right about that, and that might be the arena that Mr. Jeffrey went to. I think that's right, because these things aren't impossible. Like vegan jackfruit curry, they wouldn't use jackfruit in an impossible place. Yeah. Anyway, you didn't like that bit of news that they had this great new vegan spot, because you wanted the concessions to be at all the concession stands, not just one.
I wanted vegan dogs everywhere and Impossible Burgers everywhere. That's right. I mean, you can have those. You can have those nice restaurants. That's fine, but like you got to go all in. If you're gonna, you're gonna please Doug.
It would be nice. I would agree with you that it's annoying that at most of those stands you can only get popcorn or French fries, and they do mention that. I think it's in this article, or maybe it's the other one. They say something about like no longer, or typically NFL people have to choose between popcorn, French fries, and peanuts, and that is very true. I've had that issue a lot. That you go to a game, you want something good, and you're stuck with these three things, which are not healthy, don't make you feel good. So this is good. I like this. Let's keep moving here. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta Falcons. That's where I just was this weekend. And Atlanta United, who Holden played this weekend, they beat them 3-0. They also play in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Do they have concession stands open for? Oh no! Oh, Holden didn't play in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
No, he didn't.
Atlanta United. Okay, got it.
He played at Atlanta United's training grounds, and they won. So that was good. Anyway, this at the Falcons home and Atlanta United's home, they have a Beyond Vegan Burger or Sausage. They have Buffalo Cauliflower Wrap. That sounds pretty good. Moe's Veggie Burrito Bowl. So there's Moe's coming up, or Veggie Nachos. Vegan hot dog with baked beans and vegan cheese sauce, and vegan mac and cheese. So that's a bunch of good options, and it doesn't sound to me like that's just one place.
No,
I don't know for sure. So
that dog looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. I'd like to get to that stadium for a game. I think it's a really cool place. It's a dome and it gets packed and loud. Would be fun. Lucas Oil Stadium, the Indianapolis Colts. They've got the Light Life Indiana Burger, the Rice Bowl with black beans, vegan chicken tenders, or fajitas, Doug. That would be up your alley. Some vegan fajitas.
Oh yeah.
Veggie hummus wrap. So that's pretty good, and comfort of a dome. So that's nice. Detroit Lions, Ford Field. Intercept your hunger with the following animal-friendly options. So everyone's getting at the football puns. Vegan hibachi bowl, vegan jackfruit sandwich, veggie burger, veggie wrap. And finally, the number 5 on the list, Allegiant Stadium of the Las Vegas Raiders. That sounds weird to say to me still, Las Vegas Raiders. They have the Beyond Bratwurst, Garden Burger, quinoa salad wrap, vegan 420 pizza slice, vegan funfetti cake, and vegan grilled cheese. Las Vegas is a vegan mecca, I'm telling you. I don't think I've been beating that drum for a while, but in my head I have. Anyway, sounds good. I would love if that sort of stuff was available in Charlotte. We don't have a lot of vegan food at our stadium.
No, I don't know. I've never been.
No, you don't. But how about you could offer your opinion with the Asheville baseball stadium at least.
It's disappointing. They offer a few things. They offer a few things. What was disappointing, they have like a vegan dog at
oh yeah, I know the story. This is a good one.
At I don't know, some one of the hot dog places. They might have a vegan veggie burger. What was disappointing was last time I was there, it was Dollar Dog Night. And they were giving out dollar dogs all over the place. They had all these different stands giving out dollar dogs. Meanwhile, I had to go to the hot dog stand and pay $8 for a freaking vegan hot dog, but everybody else was getting field dog. When everybody else is getting dollar dogs, I was less than excited about that, but you know,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, pay a little premium. You gotta pay the tax for your ideas.
Yeah, the 800% tax.
Yeah, too bad.
Oh, man. It is too bad.
All right, but there you go.
Steven wants to know what you thought of the vegan offerings at sports games in Europe. You've been to a few.
Yeah, I've been to a few. I don't recall getting any. I got some Mr. Corn, which are like corn nuts. I don't recall any vegan meats being offered at sports games in Europe that I've been to. But maybe they have them. I don't know. It seems like they would because Europe has all the other vegan stuff, but I don't remember anything vegan at those things except for snacks.
Have you watched the Wrexham documentary?
No,
series?
Everyone tells me it's really good and that I need to.
I think you'll like it. I don't know for sure. I'm not going to say for certain that you will like it. But it is quite good. And it's just gotten me more interested in European football. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, and the actual team is doing well and becoming significant. So yeah, that I don't know. I need to watch it. I don't know why I'm hesitant to like jump into a new show, but everyone's telling me that one's good, which they did about Ted Lasso too, and they were wrong.
I think this is one of the times when you were wrong, Matt. One of the possibly many times, not
maybe. Okay, let's talk about. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, this men and women thing. This is here we go from Evie magazine, EVIE. I don't know how to say that. The headline is "Eating meat makes you sexy. Women prefer men who eat meat over vegetarians, according to study." That's men eat meat over. Yeah. Okay. So they prefer the men who eat the meat. It's kind of almost sounds like the men would eat. They like meat eaters over vegetarian eaters, but they like Right, it sounds like the men eat the vegetarians. Is what it sounds like. But it's not that. Anyway, this is so they in Italy they did 3 different studies. I don't understand. I tried to look at the article and the paper itself, and it's just oddly written. And I'm not just saying this because it's anti-vegan punchline. I don't know. It seems like sort of an undergrad like paper you submit rather than like serious research. But I could be totally wrong. I downloaded the PDF, tried to read it, and it was just not organized like in the typical way. So I didn't get far. Anyway, they did 3 studies. They did them all in Italy, which is key to the findings, in my opinion. They said studies 1 and 2 analyzed female mating preference for vegetarian and omnivorous partners, confirming that women preferred omnivorous men, rated them as more attractive, and felt more positive about them than vegetarians, the study writes. They also study 3 focused more on men's views of femininity and masculinity. And they learned there that men who saw vegetarianism as feminine were likelier to choose meat-based foods. It's not so surprising. And interestingly, these men also expected their female partners to pick vegetarian dishes. So that's also kind of strange. That's especially strange to me. Like, even if you were kind of a very manly man and you eat your meat, it seems really weird you'd go to the next step and expect your female date to order vegetarian food.
Wait, omnivores expected their females to eat vegetarian?
Well, the men who perceived vegetarianism as feminine, they preferred meat-based dishes for themselves, but they also expected their female partners to choose vegetarian dishes.
That's
right. When such a small percentage of the population is vegetarian, it seems like an odd expectation that any person chosen at random, male or female, for them to guess they're vegetarian is surprising to me. Anyway, so that's what they did. I mean, the obvious thing here to me is they did this in Italy, and I don't know that much about Italian norms in modern day world, but I think of Italian as kind of more, I don't know, more traditional. Is that the right thing to say? I don't honestly know. It's you imagine Italian men ordering their meat, and the food culture there, I don't know. I think we've based on some of their political stuff where they're not allowing cultivated meat or not allowing the bug flour to be had. They have this very traditional rooting of their food, and their food culture is big. So you imagine they'd be slow to change. So that's what I think is probably behind this. If you did it in the United States, it'd be interesting. I think you'd get different results. I don't know for sure that you would, because certainly there's a lot of people, about half the people in the country, who probably do feel the same way. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
Here's the question for you.
Okay.
And it might be hard to answer, but try, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I'll try to do the same. If you are a vegetarian, are you more attracted? Would you be naturally more attracted to another vegetarian? And same, I guess, if you were omnivore, would you be naturally more attracted to an omnivore? And I don't mean more attracted as in like you just see them and you're like, oh, she's attractive, he's attractive, but like, are you more drawn to that person? If you met at a party or something and you made that connection somehow, would that kind of heighten your like senses a little bit?
And by the way, before I answer, I do think that the second thing you said, the latter there, that's what they're talking about in this study, right? They're not saying that women were attracted to certain men and then later found out they were omnivores and it turned out they were more attracted to the omnivorous men. I think it was once they knew what the dietary preference was, then they rated their attraction. Yeah, I would be more attracted to a woman who was vegetarian or vegan than I would.
Yeah, right. And so to me, like this doesn't.
But does it go the other way? Maybe it doesn't go the other way. Maybe that's what a man would typically say, but maybe a woman would not say the same.
Well, I think just like almost just logistically, right? I mean, if you're vegetarian or vegan, like it makes more sense if your partner is vegetarian or vegan too. If you're an omnivore and you learn that this person is like a diehard vegan or whatever, it's just going to make things a little more difficult, I guess, or you're going to be a little worried about like, are they going to start trying to convince me to eat vegan all the time? Yeah. You're less attracted to me. Like this doesn't seem like news. It kind of makes sense to me. And the only reason more women find more men like omnivores attractive is because there are more omnivore women than there are.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Than there are vegetarian women, right? So
that's a very good point.
I don't know. That's That's what stood out to me as the main problem.
I think that's very insightful. That is a massive potential kind of, maybe not a bias, but explainer of this. And if you were to control for that, so like let's say you look at vegetarian women and say how do they rate omnivorous and vegetarian men, you may find that all the vegetarian women like the vegetarian men or find them more attractive. Who knows? But that's a really good point. Yeah. And I mean, that, to me, it's just like the shared value, right? That's more than the practical logistical stuff. It's like someone who, well, you have things in common and this is important to you.
I'm sure political leanings are the same. You know,
just going to add to it.
If you're a disc golf fan, if you're not, if you like nachos, if you don't, I mean,
right. And any of those things would influence dateability.
Absolutely.
So then the article, like they said, okay, the researchers may have a point here. It may be because of gender stereotypes that all this is happening. However, then they go on sort of an anti-vegan rant here. Studies have found that men experienced a greater decrease in testosterone in response to low-fat diets, which we all know veganism and vegetarianism typically are. So I didn't know that. I'm one person who did not know that. I know some of them are, and it's possible to eat a very low-fat, high-carb, plant-based diet. But you can certainly get a high-fat vegan vegetarian diet, even in being completely strict in those two ways of eating. You can eat a whole lot of nuts and oils and all those things. Low-fat diets also appear to decrease testosterone levels in men, and men with European ancestry may increase a greater decrease in testosterone in response to a low-fat diet. Vegan diets are also linked with a significant decrease in muscle mass index and lean body mass. A different study from the Netherlands indicates that vegetarian and vegan diets can increase the rate of muscle loss with aging. So all kinds of bad news here for vegan diets. I did click on some of these studies, and there are studies that show that, but most of the research we see about strength and muscle on plant-based protein versus animal protein, they're identical. So you can find a study showing whatever you want. So that's kind of what they did here. I don't know. I don't like this article. They featured a tweet from Andrea Mew, M-E-W, who has the check mark next to her name. She pays $7 a month for that.
She's a writer for this magazine.
Right. And nothing tells you that. You just see that this person got 6 likes on their thing. It says, not only has veganism has been linked to but depression, nutritional deficiencies, physical ailments, anemia, and other medical conditions, turns out plant-based diets make you less sexy too. And then bacon emoji. So something tells me that there's more to that this whole magazine just kind of doesn't like vegans.
It's not just. It'd be funny if the article was written by her, but it's not.
Yeah, so I don't know about this magazine or where they're from or what they do. But anyway, just another list of examples of just the anti-vegan thing happening across the media right now. And it's a bummer. Don't like where it's headed.
Nor do I.
And I blame fake meat.
You blame fake meat.
I think fake meat. I think that is what everyone got so mad about and still is. I clicked on that girl's Twitter or her ex or whatever, and she has other tweets about how terrible fake meat is.
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
funny.
All right. And last thing we got is more of the same. It's the Daily Mail's interpretation of the data we talked about last week in that Gallup poll. No, Americans are not, in all caps, switching to plant-based diets or to plant diets. The share of vegetarians and vegans has dipped to 5% despite the prevalence of fake meat in stores and fast food chains. So we don't need to go into all of it. It's just that tone. They're kind of just saying like, hey, even though it looks like this stuff's all over the grocery store shelves, here's what's really happening in the United States. The people are dropping, or the vegans are dropping, vegetarians are dropping 3% in 2018 to 1% today. I don't understand something about the Daily Mail. Something is going on that I don't get. Oh, they have a great line here, by the way, and then I'll get to that. Billie Eilish, Woody Harrelson, and Joaquin Phoenix are among the seemingly growing list of celebrities to choose plant-based diets. However, before you get too certain about that fact, Miley Cyrus famously went vegan, but later switched back to eating meat. There you go. That sort of undoes any thought you had about a trend.
Not going to go vegan now.
Miley Cyrus. No, because I think about 4 or 5 years ago, Miley Cyrus went vegan and then went unvegan. And so there you go. So that's
turns out all she was missing was compliment too, by the way.
I know. And we had a successful advertising campaign based on that. So I hope more celebrities, well, actually, I don't hope more will do that, but maybe I do. It helps people maybe for everyone we lose, I think we gain a lot more via ads.
That might be true. That might be true.
All right. Anyway, but so they do this thing. They do their typical thing, and I would expect no less from Daily Mail. But then at the end of it, they say, sorry, let me just find this thing. Okay. Those who switch to a vegan or vegetarian diet often point to health or environmental reasons. Plant-based diets have been linked to lower rates of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and some type of cancer. Meanwhile, rearing cattle for beef and dairy causes greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water pollution. So they write these facts. They just say them like almost like they just sort of conspicuously, are there. It's just weird. It's just like such a shift in tone. And then eventually, Oxford University talks about 75% less climate heating emissions, water pollution in land. Others simply make the switch to avoid harming animals. Like they write all these things, and then there's no debunking or anything of that. No more arguing. It's just a lot more facts about stuff. So I've seen this before with them where they make an anti-vegan case, and then they just go into like, you need to also acknowledge these things that are true about plant-based diet. So it's weird. I don't know what's going on or who's ordering that to be done, but I'm kind of glad that they have that little bit at the end there.
Yeah, of course. Me too. Most people probably don't get to the end, but
right.
That's okay. We have some Instagram comments today.
Okay, good. Let's do them.
Born and raised PNW. Oh, welcome back to the show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We just need a good new documentary. The documentaries that were released when everyone was stuck at home were a game changer, pun intended. Made people pay attention. I hope that we get to a point where we don't have to rely on new documentaries being released to like get the plant-based discussion into people's minds. I don't know, fumbling over here, but they're right. I mean, Game Changer was a big one. Forks Over Knives was a big one. Like all of those documentaries really made a difference for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that we're past that those came as a result of, the zeitgeist being, moving in the vegan direction. And now that we're on the downslope, that wouldn't get popular now. What's going to get popular is this, vegan scam documentary that comes next, whatever that is. I don't know for a fact. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. There is Game Changers 2 in the works, right? Which didn't sound all that great, but
oh yeah, they did.
Happening. Yeah, so I don't know. Hello to Julie Donegan, who says, first time joining live, listening while I drive to work, West Coast. Usually I stream the podcast in the afternoons. Yeah, hello, Julie. Thank you for joining us live. Always good. And yeah, that's it. That's what we got over there. Okay, well, anything else, Doug? That's really it. That's our show today.
That's it. That's our show.
That is it. We have no good conclusion.
There's no
I mean, the vibe here is bad to me. I don't know. It seems like every week is worse than the previous about the anti-vegan vibe. Maybe I'm starting to select articles that are that. Maybe I'm just
self-selected, Matt.
Influence perhaps.
Yeah, but you're right though. There hasn't been a ton of great vegan news recently. I mean, there's some new products, but mostly even the product news is not very promising.
Right. Everyone's just like relieved, I think. All the media are relieved that it's like people are finally saying, well, okay, like we actually don't have to go. We're not going to have to eat that fake meat stuff because it's collapsing. And now it's time to sort of pile on. It's like if AI were to fail and all the AIs were just to explode, I think we would all kind of like bloat a little bit, kind of be happy and like write all these anti-AI articles and things. I think that's happening. I really do.
Do you think
people are annoyed about vegans and they're
do you think maybe a lot of these articles are written by AI and there's an AI bias? Are we uncovering something?
Maybe the AI is what's anti-vegan.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Could be. We need to retrain it.
Yeah, right. That's all we need is to retrain it. Okay. Well, there you go.
There.
That's the show. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Again, if you're in Florida, watch out for that hurricane. Don't do anything silly. Get out of there if it's coming. Yeah. Otherwise, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on, that's Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Thursday. We do 3 shows a week right now. We're going to be changing something soon. We don't quite know what, but Bianca, I know, misses the Friday show. So hopefully we can get something back on Friday again. So Bianca can come live, being the VIP guest that she is, because she contributes sometimes. And that's all. Anything else, Doug, from you?
No, that's it. See you tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Okay. Sounds good. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.